Folks, something really important came up the other day. I've been doing this for over 25 years, and yes, I'll admit it. I take certain things for granted. Simple things like entry, exit. We're always thinking about different things to help traders. But sometimes the real basic things, the things that are right in front of our nose, we miss. And I realize now that a lot of you don't understand what market cap is, or you understand what it is, but you don't understand how much of an influence it has in the stocks, in the stock market, in everything you do when it comes to trading. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about market cap. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to explain to you how it can help you and how you should use it and how you have to monitor it. Let's get into it in today's video. Folks, first things first. I'm hosting a live event. It's called Overnight Fortunes, and you can make over 1,000% on stocks that I'm going to be talking about during this event. A 90-day window is opening right now that'll transfer trillions of dollars into these stocks. These Overnight Fortune stocks are primed and ready to explode in a matter of days or weeks. What are these stocks? How should you play these stocks? Click the button below, find out now. Don't miss out. Market cap. What is market cap? Why is it important? How does it influence your trading? Let's talk about it right now. Market capitalization is simply shares outstanding. That means how many shares the stock has that are outstanding. In other words, if a stock has 5 million shares outstanding, its float, that impacts the market capitalization, the outstanding shares. But here's how it influences everything you do. Number one, the higher the market cap, the higher the liquidity, the higher the volume on the stock, the tighter the spreads. So liquidity plays a major factor because a lot of you trade options and a lot of you trade small stocks. If you have a stock that trades 100,000 shares a day, that means it doesn't have a large market cap. It's not a big stock. It doesn't have a lot of shares outstanding. And if that's the case, the spreads between the bid and the offer are going to get wider. Now, that means you're going to get a worse fill. Now, here's where that's really important because I know a lot of you trade options. Option liquidity is 10 times smaller on average than the underlying asset. What does that mean? That means the bid and the offer spread is going to be as wide as the Grand Canyon. That's what will happen if you trade illiquid stocks or stocks that don't have a lot of market capitalization. So that's number one. That's huge. You're going to get taken. You're going to be ripped off by the floor, by the market makers if you trade stocks that don't have a lot of market cap. So if you do decide to trade stocks that don't have a lot of market cap, make sure you use limit orders. That's number one. Now, here's the other factor. Most people, most retail traders don't realize that U.S. stock markets are capitalized weighted. What does that mean? That means the more market cap the stock has, the larger control or exposure it'll have within that index. So, for example, let's take the S&P 500, for example. What's the largest stocks in the S&P 500? Apple, Amazon. If you look at the market cap of those stocks, it's on average 20 to 30 times bigger than the market cap of smaller stocks. And what does that mean exactly? Well, that means 5 stocks like Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Netflix, PayPal, they control the majority of that index. So if you see one index, for example, like the S&P 500 taking off and being substantially stronger than the broad market, that means some of the stocks within that index are controlling that index. And that's why it's very important to look at stocks from a percentage basis. In other words, out of the 500 stocks, how many are going higher and lower versus just looking at the chart. Because if you're looking just at the chart, you're going to see the impact or the influence of market capitalization. I mean, think about it, okay? 5 stocks have as much power and strength as 50 smaller stocks. So if they go up, the index will go up, where in reality, 50 smaller stocks went down. That's the power of market cap. And that's how US indexes are created and run. So it's very important for you to understand where the stock you're looking at falls in terms of market cap. And also very important in terms of liquidity. Because if you're trading stocks that don't have a lot of market cap, they're going to be liquid. And if they're liquid, that means they have very little institutional sponsorship. And if they have very little institutional sponsorship, there's no hedge funds to buy it when the stock is selling off. And there's no way to create momentum, which is done by institutional traders buying and buying and buying over time. So it's really important to find stocks that have a strong market cap and good volume or liquidity. On average, try to find stocks that trade an average of at least 500,000 to 1 million shares per day. I hope that helps. Before we end today's event, please don't forget, sign up for Overnight Fortunes. Do it now. Don't forget, it's important. There, you'll get a system that turned every $1,000 into over $8 million. Yes, you heard it right. $1,000 into over $8 million. It's the same system that I use to manage money for the top 10 wealthiest families on earth. And it's the same system that'll help ordinary investors turn into stock market superstars. Folks, I want to help you gain an edge in the market, a big edge in the market. Sign up right now. We're on the brink of something enormous. There's stocks right now that have enormous potential, and I want you in on it. Sign up now.